What's up, you guys? It's Steve, and welcome to the members Q&A session with Steve Ram. This is the first of many. Thank you guys for all the support on the channel. Don't forget, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest news. We're going to be covering economic news as House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the debt ceiling negotiations can't resume until Biden returns from the G7 summit. This update just coming out 46 minutes ago, today, May 20th, 2023. In addition to that, most Americans say they can no longer depend on Social Security's survey says, and also a stimulus check update. For stimulus check update 2023, huge news. $4,000 relief payments are going to be going out to Americans. See if you can apply, as some people will be eligible for potentially $4,000 checks. And I know right now, with all of the economic uncertainty in the United States, people are looking for any form of help that they can get, you guys. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. And again, this is the members live stream. Oh, actually, I see that we've got a lot of people on. Okay, well, congratulations to everybody in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the members, you guys, this is your Q&A. So if you have got any questions, the main purpose of this is right now, I want to make sure that I can help you guys get the information you need. Again, we are live. This is the members live stream, but apparently everybody's on, but that is okay. I welcome everybody, you guys. I just want to say thank you to the members for the support that you guys do by hitting that join button. And it's just a small amount. I know there's different levels. Some people are so generous. Thank you guys so much for doing the highest tiers. I want to make sure you get all your questions answered. And then there are some people that are just doing the entry level, and they've told me, it's just to say thank you for all that you do. And I appreciate it so much. I know a lot of people are struggling right now, so I don't want to ask of it. I want to make sure I can give everybody the information they can, but I just want to say thank you and make sure that you guys are blessed this Saturday evening. So like I said, I've got 3 categories ready to roll in case we don't have any specific questions. Kevin McCarthy, Joe Biden, and the debt ceiling negotiation talks. Also, 88% of those on Social Security are saying they can no longer depend on it, and also $4,000 stimulus checks. Now, you guys let me know, since we're live, which one of these would you be most interested in? I'm going to go ahead and do a poll. Do me a favor, smash the like button. And also, if there are any people on here that are members, let me know. Okay, so we've got Elizabeth King in the house. Shout out to Elizabeth King. And she is saying, let's roll with how to apply for $4,000 stimulus checks, you guys. So I'm also going to do a poll here and see if everybody is on board with that. Let's start a poll. What do you want to hear about first? What first? Let's go $4,000 stimulus checks, or Social Security, or also what's going on with the debt ceiling talks. And I'm going to ask my community really quick here. And let me see if there's any members. Let me know in the chat if there's any other members that have any questions, but I'm going to be responding. I see Elizabeth might be the only one on here. I did a request to see if people wanted to get on that were members at 7:30 today, and everybody said yes, but I only see Elizabeth. So congratulations, Elizabeth. Might be the only member in the room. And everyone anyways is saying they want to know about the $4,000 stimulus check. Okay, so according to the poll, let's go ahead and dive right in. And again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me this Saturday evening. Don't forget, smash the like button, helps the channel out a ton. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. And if you would like to join the membership, just hit the join button next to the subscribe button. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, this article came out today, and it says, for stimulus check update 2023, COVID pay. Huge new $4,000 relief payments are going to be going out to Americans. See if you can apply. It says Americans can now apply for a $4,000 COVID-19 relief payment. Man, that is a huge sum of money. I might do an actual YouTube video with more details and put all this information in the screen and cite it for you guys tomorrow on this, because this is a big one. The new checks are part of an initiative called the Recovery Action Fund for Tomorrow, or RAFT, for low-income residents, and here it is, in San Diego, California. And as you guys know, I've got a list of over 25 different stimulus check programs in California. It's insane how many they are. I've got them all at www.reliefroadmap.com if you are interested. Now, the new program, which is courtesy of the nonprofit agency Jewish Family Service, looks to help those who suffered disproportionately from the COVID-19 pandemic, a message from officials running the programs have said. Now, to be eligible for the relief, families must earn less than 200% of the federal poverty level and live in one of the 39 qualifying zip codes. Residents have until May 21st to submit applications online, according to an email seen by the U.S. Sun from Jewish Family Services. So that is a big one coming out in San Diego. So if anybody in here is from San Diego, $4,000 checks. And like I've said before, I'll keep you guys up to everything on federal level, state level, city, county. A lot of people don't realize there's a ton of different ones all across the nation, you guys. Yep, this just coming out from San Diego, and it is the Jewish Family Services. So congratulations on that. Also, I see in here just coming out tax refunds of up to $500 going out in Georgia. Interesting. You can get tax refunds in Georgia for $500. $500 a month in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There is a new guaranteed basic income program going out, a pilot that's going to be giving 200 households $500 per month for the next 2 years. Also, a UBI program, Universal Basic Income Pilot Program, is kicking off in Palm Springs, California. Another one. The first payment went out on May 15th, so 5 days ago. Very cool. And it also says Alaska, checks worth up to $3,284 through the permanent fund dividend. As you guys know, if you live in Alaska, they pay you an annual dividend all the time. And so you get about $3,000 just for living in the state. Another one, guaranteed income expanded in Virginia. And I've let you guys know this. We are keeping our eyes on these different programs because a lot of times they'll get additional funding and they will roll it out. As they get more funding, they'll do phase 2, phase 3, and more people will become eligible and qualify for these benefits. Richmond, Virginia is expanding the guaranteed income program with the city, about to begin their third round, reported the local news outlet at WTVR. The Richmond Resilience Initiative. And again, you guys, I can get some more of this in an actual video with all the sites sourced for you guys. So that way you can get access to these websites and information. And like I said, I compile them at www.reliefroadmap.com. Here's another one for New York State. Those of you in New York State, Music and Arts Organization, Local Sound Collaborative, has expanded an initiative in Rochester, New York. There are still tons of these going out. No, we have not seen a fourth pandemic stimulus check on a federal level, but there are state, city, and county ones still going out, you guys. So there you go. That is the latest on the stimulus checks, the $4,000 ones. Here's another one for El Monte, California. Kansas has a rebate that looks like it's going to be going out $900. Oh, no, this one's proposed by Governor Laura Kelly. So there are some new ones being proposed as well. And keep in mind, there are still surplus funds available in various states, cities, and counties that are still going out. It's unbelievable how long they have been sitting on the funds, you guys. But let's see here. I click on 4,000, Steve Ram. Hopefully we'll get some done soon. Arios Amigos. Yes, sir. I will let you know. Hopefully if you're in San Diego, be sure to apply for that as well. Elizabeth King is saying that she's going to get some coffee. She will be right back. She says that she's in DE. What is that? Is that, what's the acronym for DE? Is that Delaware? I can't remember. What about West Virginia? What about New Jersey? What about Illinois? Oklahoma never gets anything. Our governor, Evan, canceled Medicaid. Oh my goodness, man. I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, you know what? I could do some searches on that for you guys. Let's see. While we're live, I've got 45% saying they want $4,000 stimulus check update. Social Security, 40% of people, and then 14% are interested in the debt ceiling talks. And that we have 98 people that have voted. So it looks like a lot of people are saying they want some more updates on Social Security since we did the $4,000 stimulus checks. Elizabeth King is asking about Delaware. All right, let me find that for you, Elizabeth, really quickly. And here's the results of the poll. You guys can see 46% is saying stimulus checks, 39 Social Security. So Delaware, let's take a look and see if we can find any updates for Elizabeth King in Delaware. Delaware, if I can remember how to spell that, stimulus check. Oh, stimulus check 2022, that's last year. Relief rebate program has ended. Update on April 14th of 2022. Let me see if there's any other updates here for Delaware. Who gets a $300 rebate in Delaware? Okay, so that is January of 2023. That looks like the most recent thing. Delaware is getting rebate checks. Is this correct? February of 2023, the IRS has said that the 2022 state tax rebates will not be taxable from the federal government. The $300 state tax relief rebate that nearly 800,000 Delaware residents received in 2022 will not be taxed by the federal government. Okay, so at first glance, what I'm seeing here for you, Elizabeth King, for Delaware, is that it appears that there was the $300 checks that went out at the end of 2022. And the only most recent updates I'm seeing for it is that they are not taxable. Now, again, that's just the latest I'm seeing for the state. A lot of these coming out back in November of 2022 and January and February of 2023. Other than that, I am not at first glance seeing any new updates for Delaware. What about your city and your county? Let me know, and I can just do, again, like a quick glance and see if I can help you out with any information. And again, I'm just searching the latest news updates on Google. But in addition to that, I can go ahead and also check the relief roadmap for you and see what I've got there. Relief roadmap. And see if I've got any updates. Members login. Here we go. And let me log in here. See if there's anything for Delaware. All right, so first in the relief roadmap, I'm going to take a look at the state section for you. Delaware starts with the D. California, 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 Colorado, 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 Connecticut, 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 Delaware. Okay, so there was the 2022 Delaware Relief Rebate House Bill 360, which provided an additional $300 check with a one-time payment beginning in May of 2022, going all the way through till the end of the year, $300 check. So that must be the one that they're referring to. This was for all individuals who already filed their Delaware resident personal income taxes. And yes, it was for anybody ages 18 and up that went through December 31st of 2021 through December 31st of 2022, the Delaware Relief Rebate Program. The phone number for more information on that is 302-577-8200. And the email resource is dor_rebate@delaware.gov. And so that was the last stimulus check on a state level for Delaware that I see. Again, this is at www.reliefroadmap.com. Let me scroll up the state list and go to the counties, see if I can find anything for you for Delaware County. Counties in Delaware, California, 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 Florida. Okay, nothing for the counties in Delaware. And let me just really quickly check and see if there's anything in the cities for you that I see. Alabama, Arizona, California, 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 Colorado, Georgia. Okay, nothing for Delaware. So at this time, as far as I'm seeing here, and I can do a little bit more deeper research for you, I'm not seeing any additional payments in Delaware. But again, if anything new comes up, I will be sure to report it to you guys here on the channel. All right, let me see if there's any other questions I can help out with. And yes, see here, she said Newark, Delaware, county is Newcastle. Let me just double check those for you. Newcastle stimulus check. Is there anything for Newcastle? No, I'm only seeing stuff for 2021. Newcastle smashes 4 past Brighton. No, nothing there. And then Newcastle and Newark. Newark stimulus checks. Make sure you get your $1,200 federal stimulus check. New Jersey. That's New Jersey. New Jersey. They're thinking it's Newark, New Jersey, I guess. There must be a Newark. More Americans get $250 payments every 2 weeks. Oh, that's pretty old there. That's 2021. Okay, Elizabeth, I don't see anything for you in those areas, but if anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you guys know. All right, so let me go ahead and see now. Would people like to get more stimulus check information? I'm going to do another poll, or would you guys be interested in the Social Security? So let me go ahead and do a quick poll here. Which would you like to hear? More stimulus more state stimulus, or more about Social Security? Let me ask the community and we will pick. Again, this is just kind of fluid. I'm just whatever you guys need. This is not specifically me reporting any particular thing. It is just what the community wants. Now that we've got the members section, I want to make sure that I'm able to get people that are supporting the channel financially. Thank you guys so much, and make sure that I give you guys some attention and answer your questions. And at the same time, now I've got the entire community on here as well, the subscribers, and thank you to all of you for your support. I get so many people that say thank you for the updates, they send prayers to me and my family. We have such an incredible community here. I'm just blown away at how incredible people are. Like sometimes too, I'll get like hater comments, and I will immediately see people in the community just jump on them and let them know like, hey, like, you know, that's not cool. Get out of here, whatever. I'm like, wow, like the Ram fam, the love is real here. So appreciate you guys a ton. You guys make my day. Also, let me see. Oh, we got Jane in the house. How's it going, Jane? Glad that you were able to make it. Another member has entered into the room. Jane, if you got any questions, let me know. This is the members' time, and I will make sure that I help you guys out with any questions you got. But it looks like the vast majority of people are saying they want some updates on Social Security. All right. So let me see here. Social Security. So one of the updates that I found is that most Americans say they can no longer depend on Social Security. Survey says most Americans are hoarding cash, cautious about investing in the financial markets. And I think that makes a whole lot of sense right now with everything going on with the debt ceiling crisis, you guys. It is just insane. Like, I can't believe that today is the 20th. We still have not got this resolved. We've already hit the debt ceiling. So think of it like a credit card. The US credit card is maxed out. And then after, now that it's maxed out, now we're to the point where the bill's going to come due and we can't pay. We're ready to default. And White House Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is saying that the soonest that we're likely to default is going to be June 1st. Help us, God, that hopefully that does not happen. Hopefully they can resolve this. But the news that came in yesterday, I reported to you, was that the aides for President Joe Biden and Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy could not come to an agreement, and they said they walked out of the room and they said, we're on pause. We've only got 10 days left to try to get this resolved, and President Joe Biden is out of the country. And then just now, news came out on this, that Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy said there will be no agreement until Biden comes back from his G7 summit. So they are cutting it close. So I'm like, man. So right now, for those that collect Social Security and retirement and SSI, SSDI, any of these veteran fixed income benefits from the government, not a bad idea to, if you can, hoard cash. But the thing is that these people, a lot of them depend on these fixed income benefits. How are they going to hoard the cash? Like, they don't have cash coming in to hoard. So it's going to be pretty difficult because the reports coming in, and I know that a lot of people say, like, you know, it's money from a trust fund. It's not, you know, government and this and that. But the fact of the matter is that it's taxpayer funds that go into Social Security. Then the government has it, and then the government workers, the Social Security Administration, and everything that's tied together in that. They're saying, this is what they're reporting. I hope that they're wrong. They're saying that if we default, all those benefits will get stopped and delayed and paused, and they're going to have to start sending out letters to recipients to let them know that your stuff will come, but it will likely come late. And how long will they have to wait? We're not sure. So I'll let you guys know, because this is still kind of up in the air. Yeah, and I'm seeing the vast majority of the community is saying we're at 70% is saying they want more Social Security updates while we are live here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and proceed with that. Let me see here. And a lot of people are saying it's scary right now. Yeah, it is. I don't have extra cash to invest. I feel like they just don't care, says Elizabeth King. I totally agree. It is very, very sad. I feel like right or left, I just don't even know. Marjorie Beckwith, thank you so much. Welcome to the Ram fam. I see that Marjorie just signed up. So glad to have you. And again, Marjorie, one of the benefits is just anything, any questions you got, anything like that, you just let me know. I'm going to try to get specific information for people that are, financially supporting the channel. I just super appreciate it. You guys don't have to, but there's so many people that have let me know like they want to support, and because they just appreciate the information, which is just amazing to me. I just am just blown away by the community. Marjorie Beckwith says she just joined. Welcome, Marjorie. Congratulations on joining the Bram fam. Let me see. Will we get reimbursed because we are delayed, says Frank Cruz. Great question, Frank. That would be nice. Is if when the government owes you money, then if they're late on it, if they paid you in some form or fashion for it being delayed. But I know when you're late on giving them money, they charge you. Rick Karutz says 14th. Yes, the 14A, the 14th Amendment. There's been a lot of calls lately from members of Congress. As a matter of fact, President Joe Biden was just given a letter saying bypass Congress, invoke the 14th Amendment, and say we have got to get this done regardless of all the chaos. But the thing is, they're saying that might not be legal. It might not work. They're saying that it might not get the job done, even if he does it. And we still would be looking at an economic catastrophe. I'm not entirely sure. We will see, but a lot of people are saying that it says that the nation's debt, it must be paid, like it, and that the president should call upon it, invoke it to go around Congress. Now we will see. Marjorie says, I watch you every time you're on. Love the information you give us. Watch you every time you're on. Love the information you give us. Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words. Steve, have you heard anything about the $2,000 promise to low-income SSI, SSDI vets if elected? Excuse me, got to get a drink of water here. I have not. So I know that there have been calls for $1,400 stimulus checks. I think it was the what group was it? There was a group that was pushing for the $2,000 checks, $1,400 checks. And then just recently, Ilhan Omar had put out a proposal for $1,200 monthly stimulus checks. That was just in the past. That was just in the past like month. That just recently came out, and there has not been a whole lot of traction. And like I've let people know, the thing with that is it's going to be really hard to get all the members of Congress on board to pass a stimulus unless things get really, really, really bad with the economy because of the environment that we're in with inflation. As inflation is super high, and the last thing they want to do is push out more stimulus and things that's going to spark even further inflation. So in getting inflation under control is like a major, major concern right now. Elizabeth King says, you want to know what is sad? My son wanted seconds on dinner, but I could not give it to him because I am making another meal out of leftovers. Food is really expensive. Yeah, it is. It's insane. The inflation is nuts. And that's the thing too, is that like, the inflation is just going up every day. And it's insane how quickly it's gone up. Yet the fixed income benefits, the increase, the COLA, cost of living adjustment for those on Social Security benefits is annual. So, as the inflation continues to go up towards the end of the year, these individuals collecting this are struggling. And then they got to get that COLA increase and hope that it keeps up with inflation. What we're hearing is back in 2022, that the inflation outpaced the COLA increase, which I think was like 5.9%, if I remember correctly. It outpaced it every single month, every single time. The COLA increase did not outpace inflation. So literally, it was like every month people were getting poorer and poorer from the money that they were collecting from Social Security as the cost of goods and services went up. So it is very sad. And yes, a lot of people are suffering from that. Tammy says, I don't have extra cash. Tammy, you're not alone. We're hearing that's the vast majority of people. I'm so sorry to hear that. We will keep praying. Blessings from Puerto Rico. We got Puerto Rico in the house. Hey, Mario. Same for the U.S. military. All of our creditors are going to love the government, says Christina. It is bad for food, says Virginia. When will Georgia's surplus refund go out, says Bocephus. Bocephus Birch. Birch, let me see here. Georgia surplus refund. Good question. Let me take a look for you. Georgia surplus refund. Anything in? Oh, wow. Okay, this is recent. May 1st of 2023, the 2023 Georgia income tax refund surplus checks are going out. They're going out right now as of May 1st. Very interesting. Here's another one. Up to $500 and now being sent out in Georgia. Huh. I missed this one. Thank you for sending me that. There are so many. I try to catch them all, but like Pokemon, but I don't. So that's very cool. 2023 Georgia tax refund update. $500 are now going to be sent out. Georgia tax rebates have started flowing to eligible residents. Here's what you need to know about the special surplus tax refunds for 2023. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write this one down so that way I can do an update, you guys, on this one as well here. So what you guys don't know is every single day I have got a massive binder. You can see right here my YouTube binder, and it's already like full. I think I bought this almost like a year ago, and just every day I just take my notes and I write down the things that I think would be the most benefit to my community, and I chart them down, note them, and then I put down the stuff that I think is the most important, and I report on it to you guys. So let me go ahead and do this. Georgia. And we also found out San Diego, $4,000. We got stimulus checks and rebates. Very cool. All right, I'm going to get some more updated information on you on that for you. And let's see here, just very quickly, you want to know when that's going out. I can read through this super quick here. Georgia tax rebate, who's eligible for the surplus refund? All right, how much are the Georgia stimulus checks going to be? It looks like up to 250, up to 500 for married couples. Georgia surplus tax refunds. Where is the distribution days? Okay, the tax deadline extension. I don't see that when it's supposed to arrive. Let's see here. Some of the Georgia tax rebates 2023 are going to be for those who are eligible Georgia since the state recently began sending the first round. Okay, so they sent out a first round. The second round is being issued right now. (2023) Georgia tax rebates have come thanks to legislation known as House Bill 162. House Bill 162. Okay, here we go. To be eligible for the refund that you should have filed by April 18th of 2023, your tax deadline, or if you were granted an extension, you filed October 16th. You also must have, that's just when you need to file by, but it doesn't say when they'll be arriving. Okay, when will you receive the surplus refunds in Georgia? Eligible Georgians, they who filed their state tax returns by April 18th of 2023 should see their rebates fairly soon. But the Georgia Department of Revenue says to allow 6 to 8 weeks for your refund to arrive. And if you're eligible for Georgia surplus tax refund and haven't filed your 2022 tax returns due to the tax deadline extension, your rebate won't be processed until your tax return is. So there you have it. From the time that you file, expected in about 6 to 8 weeks. That again is in Georgia, and that article just came out this month. So thank you for the information on that one. Appreciate it. Like I said, I try to catch them all, but some slip through the cracks. Let's see here. And we are going to get you guys some updates on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, retirement veterans benefits as well. So here's an article that just came out on this. Very, very interesting. Most Americans are waking up to the reality. Article's skipping around on me here. Whoa, jumped me way down. Most Americans are waking up to the reality that Social Security should no longer be considered a reliable source of income in retirement, a recent survey has said. The survey comes as projections show that Social Security funds may be depleted sooner than later. And I've been letting you know, we've got that solvency issue. They're saying that by the year 2032, 2034, depending on how much the COLA increases need to be due to inflation, we're going to be depleting the Social Security Administration's funds, at which point it's not going to be all gone, but we will be unable to give out 100% of benefits to recipients. They're saying that you can expect a 20 to 25% slash of benefits across the board to everybody. So if you collect $1,000 a month, you're only going to be getting about $750 to $800 per month. And then when you say, hey, what's going on? They're going to say, sorry, we're just having to do to everybody. We just simply don't have enough funds. And I've covered for you in detail some of the information that's come out from the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, from the Social Security Administration, as they're letting us know, yes, they are running a massive deficit. We're talking like 50 billion a year, and it's depleting the funds, and it's getting worse and worse every year. So they think we've got about maybe 10 years or so left. Now, a massive 74% of Americans said that they couldn't count on Social Security benefits when planning retirement income, and 88% said that it is critical to have another source of guaranteed income beyond the benefits to have a comfortable retirement, according to Alliance Life survey. Indeed, Social Security recipients stand to see their benefits cut by 20%, just like I just told you, as soon as 2034, 1 year earlier than was initially projected, according to the annual trustees report recently released by the Treasury. Now, the revisions come on the expectations of slower near-term economic growth. Gross domestic product and labor productivity were revised by about 3% for the projected period. Estimates also showed that Social Security trust funds declined by $22 billion in 2022 to $2.83 trillion. And there have been reports that I've seen recently, so that's for 2022, but I saw recently for 2023, they're saying 50 billion. Absolutely incredible. So that means it is more than double the deficit of Social Security. What's going out is so much more right now than what's going in. It's absolutely incredible. So that is why right now I've let you guys know there are several bills on the table to try to resolve the issue, try to restructure the system, the taxation, doing all sorts of things to try to get us back on track. Social Security benefits are often the backbone of the retirement strategy, but it cannot be your entire strategy, says Kelly Levine from Alliance Life, the vice president of the Consumer Insights. A strong retirement strategy will ensure that you have enough guaranteed income to cover your essential expenses. That guaranteed income can come from Social Security benefits along with other investments and protection products such as annuities. So there you have it, you guys. A lot of people, they're saying like 90% of people are agreeing Social Security is not covering it anymore. You need some other form of income. And it's just crazy to think that people have paid into this their entire life. They're counting on this. And now that it's finally time for them to withdraw, they're saying, sorry, it's just not enough. We're not going to cover you. And it's just a shame. I really hope that they get some of this resolved, and I'll keep you guys up to date on the proposals. A lot of people know that the number one most popular one right now is the Social Security Expansion Act by Bernie Sanders, which proposes changing the taxation so that the cap is $250,000 or more. They're going to be doing the taxation. So right now the cap is, I think it's 167 or 170, somewhere around there. I can't remember what it is exactly. They just recently increased it. So all of your income is taxed for Social Security up to like, let's just say 170. I know that's not it, but it's pretty close. Then everything over that is not taxed. Well, Bernie Sanders is saying, why is that? He said, if you're making more money, you should be paying more into Social Security tax. So the Social Security Expansion Act proposes that everybody making $250,000 a year or more, that they also pay an additional percentage and at a higher rate into Social Security. And he's saying that the money, the revenues that will come in from that will help offset the deficit, and we'll be able to get Social Security back on track. And he says it will extend the solvency for an additional 75 years. And in addition to that bill, he also proposes an extra $200 per month to go out to all recipients. But here's the thing, is that an additional $200 per month to all recipients, according to the calculations that I ran with you guys here on the channel, to me, it looked like it did not cover it, and it would not extend the solvency and the new taxation adjustments for 75 years. I don't remember what it came out to, but to me, it seemed like it fell short. It fell short quite a bit. So I don't know who ran the numbers on Bernie Sanders' bill, but to me, they did not look like they added up. I might be wrong, but we will see. Now, in addition to that, Bill Cassidy has a bill. There's the Social Security 2100 Act. There is a bill. There's several bills coming out. But the problem is that at this current time, none of them have taken off and gotten traction in Congress, even though we heard that 2023 would be the year of Social Security reform. Still have not seen anything start to make any real progress forward. But I hope that changes. And if it does, I'll be sure to let you guys know. If that actually comes to pass, I will be homes within 30 days, says Elizabeth King. Let's see here. Any other questions I can help out with? What about Texas? Our best interests are not on their agenda. All talk, no action, instilling fear within us. Yeah. Tell me about it. Like, I mean, we're within 1 week away from potential default, and just it's very unfortunate. Rick Carut says Bernie Sanders 2024. Let me ask you guys that. Let me do a poll. Who would you guys vote for in 2024? 2024. Would you go for Biden, who right now I don't think will probably get a whole lot of people for Biden, because Biden right now has got some of the worst approvals. Trump, Sanders, and I let you guys know that we heard that DeSantis is going to be entering in as well. Another potential Republican candidate. He's going to leave Florida and he's going to run for president in 2024. The big announcement is going to be coming next week, they're saying. Let's see. I'm going to ask the community. Let's see. Who would you vote for? Trump, Biden, Sanders, or DeSantis? Now, just to clarify, Sanders has not thrown his hat in the ring. I don't think he's going to. But if he did, would you vote for Sanders? Trump. Oh, we've got Trump votes coming in. Let's see here. We've got a vote for Biden. We've got some votes for Trump. Go ahead and do a vote. We've got 160 people in the room. I'd be curious to see how this turns out. Right now, Trump still has 56%, 57%. Sanders is in second place with 25%. Biden's at 17%. Nobody for DeSantis. All the conservatives in the room are saying it's going to be Trump. Nobody voting for DeSantis yet. Very interesting. I know that a lot of people I've heard vocalize that they like DeSantis because Trump is a bit aggressive, but a lot of the conservatives are saying, no, we still want Trump. We like that. We want him. One of the things I think was the appeal of Trump when he first originally ran was the fact that he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman. And so he was, one of the things he said was like, I don't got all of these people that are trying to give me money. I don't need their money. I'm going to run off of some of the things that I want to see done. Let me see here. If people saying, someone's saying boohoo Trump, no Trump, we don't need any more trouble. Someone else is saying Trump 2024, Trump. Every comment is Trump, either yes or no about Trump. But there's one thing for sure is that Trump is a major topic in the comment section. Sarah says Nikki Haley. Sanders isn't running, KT. Yeah, I know. He is not running. I don't think he's going to run either, but somebody was saying that they would vote for Sanders, and I was curious just to throw him in the mix here, how he came out. He's actually coming out better than Biden. People are saying they would rather have Sanders over Biden. Trump for sure, says Irma. Williams says Trump 2024. They won't be in for stimulus check. What is your take on what that giving the way the things are, says Tammy. Tammy, I don't really understand the way you worded that question. If you could reword it for me, I'll help out. My opinion on stimulus checks, though, is this: on a federal level, for everybody in the nation, is that we had 3 pandemic stimulus checks for COVID-19. And I don't think we're going to have any more checks for the pandemic, as the declaration, the state of emergency is over, but there's still leftover funds. So the funds are still rolling out to help out people with inflation, tax rebates and refunds and things like that. Now, we've had stimulus checks in the past. The pandemic was not the first time we've had it. We've had it before. We had it during the pandemic. They're saying that we will have it again. We will have it again in the next recession when things get tough economically. So the question is, when will the next epic recession be where everyone is devastated in the economy and we need those stimulus checks? And a lot of people are saying it's probably right now, the way things are going with inflation, interest rates. If we have a default, man, that will just add fuel to the fire. That would be pretty bad. And that will impact everybody. So if they do not resolve this and we have a default in June, man, I would not be surprised to see stimulus check calls again. We will see. That's my take on things. We will have stimulus checks again in the future with a downturn in the economy. Make no mistake about it. But the thing is, when will that happen? Is it going to happen now, or is it going to happen later? We'll see. That's on a federal level, just to clarify. Now, for states, cities, and counties, they're still going out all the time. I actually just Found a new one earlier today. Someone just let me know about one in Georgia, and sure enough, we found it. All right, so let's see. We've got about 60 votes here. There's 173 people in the room. If you haven't voted yet, please do so. Curious to see who you would vote for. Oh, DeSantis does have a vote now. Somebody did vote for DeSantis, but he is in last place. Third place is Biden with 15%. Second place is Sanders with 23%. And first place in the room right now is former President Donald Trump with 62% of people saying that he should win the elections in 2024. Let's see here. What other comments do we got? What can we do to help them get off of their butts and fix this default and Social Security, says Elizabeth King. Elizabeth, I wish I knew. I wish I knew what we could do to help motivate them. And who knows what goes on behind closed doors and what motivates them to do the things that they do. But right now, one thing is for sure, they are not motivated. And we will see. Charlene says she wishes that Gavin Newsom from California would run. You know what, Charlene? I would not be surprised if that comes up later on in the future. I don't know if it's going to happen right now. We'll see. But if he did, I don't know. I think Gavin Newsom could probably blow Biden out of the water. This is what I've heard a lot of reporting on. Let me know your opinion in the comments on this. I've heard a lot of people say the reason why Biden won is because he wasn't Trump. That it came down to there was a lot of people that were not happy with Trump. And they didn't care who it was. They just didn't want him in there. So they voted for Biden. But they didn't even really want Biden. It was not so much they wanted Biden as they just didn't want Trump. And now as a result, a lot of people are saying, oh, man, like now they're like, we need to get Biden out of here. Like, I think his approval is like terrible. I've seen some as low as like 30%. Some saying it's like 40%. It's not that great. And a lot of people are not happy with his administration at this time. So, yeah, it's not looking good. So if there was a strong Democratic candidate or a Republican candidate, they're saying there's a good chance they're probably going to get him out of here. And that's one of the reasons, too, why with the default, he is desperately not wanting a default. And that is why I said I personally believe if someone's going to give, it's going to be Biden. He will allow probably spending cuts so that way there's not also a default on his record as he's in the White House. That's going to be even worse for him as elections are right around the corner. So in my personal opinion, Biden has got more to lose right now than Kevin McCarthy in these debt ceiling talks. So my personal opinion, we've already seen some reporting on this, that they're open to cuts, is that Biden is going to give. He's going to have to give. That's just my thought. Steve, you could blow Biden out of the water. You know what, John? I think that right now a lot of people might be able to blow Biden out of the water unless he makes some changes and unless he fulfills some of the promises that are unkept. I mean, it's just insane. All of the promises that were made and then just not come to fruition. Brenda says, Newsom, are you crazy? Yeah, you know what? Gavin Newsom, California, there's been talks about it. And I think that if he ran against Biden right now, there's just such a low approval for him. I think a lot of people could take him. I'm not sure, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think so? Biden even doesn't know what day it is today, says William. We need a president with knowledge. I will vote for Trump, says Bonnie. I think I'm just going to sit out of voting for 2024. I ain't feeling any of the candidates, says Tyree. Well, Tyree, who would you vote for? I'm curious. If it's none of the candidates are, vibing with you, who would it be that you would pick? Let me see here. I think we need new leadership. A much younger person, says Mom 67. Yeah, I think the youngest you can be is like 40, I think, if I remember correctly, right? Or maybe it's like 35. I think there's a certain requirements. I think it's like you're supposed to be born in the United States. I want to say it's like you got to be over the age of 35. And I can't remember. I thought there was 3. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I mean, we could get younger people in there. Though, I mean, I think Biden is the oldest president that we've ever had. And then if he gets reelected, he'll even solidify being the oldest in his second term. Let's see here. What do you think would happen if the 14th Amendment was used, says Charlene. Charlene, great question. I have no idea. If Biden invoked the 14th Amendment, I think that's kind of a gray area. I think it's kind of like when former President Donald Trump, when he used executive orders to do the LWA program. You remember that? The Lost Wages Assistance Program for unemployment. When they had the first stimulus package, the CARES package that sent out the unemployment expansion, enhancements, and boosts and all of that stuff. And it came to an end and Congress couldn't agree on another stimulus package. He stepped in and did an executive order called the LWA program. And what he did was he reallocated existing funds. Now, as you know, Congress holds the power of the purse. So the president cannot issue new funds. But what he did was he didn't issue it. He took existing funds and he reallocated it into a new program that he created called LWA that gave an additional 3 to 6 weeks to everybody that was employed. And it gave them additional benefits of $300 per month. And when he did that, a lot of people said it's not legal, you can't do it. But when he did it, he said, anybody who blocks my executive action and says it's not legal and gets it tied up into court, you are evil. Because right now we're in the middle of a pandemic. People are hurting. They need benefits. So I dare you, go ahead and do it. But I declare right now, whoever tries to block it is evil. And when he said that, it must have worked because the Democrats were saying they were going to block him from doing anything like that. But when he did it, it didn't work. Nobody came and blocked him. So they just let it go through and nobody challenged it. And it's because nobody wanted to be the person that would block literally millions of people during the pandemic from getting these enhanced benefits when Trump was sending that out. And so what was interesting was that actually he had sent out quite a bit of provisions and stimulus. And he was for the Republican Party too. He actually sent out the 2 stimulus checks. And you'll recall, I remember it was breaking news too, when they were going to send out the second check of $600. Let me know if you remember this. He actually blocked it at first. The Republicans put together this package. Congress, they did a package and they were going to send it and it had $600 checks and he blocked it. It was like Christmas time almost, I think. He had stopped it and said, no, send it back and make it $2,000. I remember that was epic. I remember I did a live video and I was hyped. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like reporting on it. I think all the YouTubers were like reporting on the news. It was insane. That video exploded because Trump sent the legislation back and said, it's not enough. Make it $2,000 because the people need more money. And man, that was nuts. Let me know if you remember that. That was pretty crazy. But anyways, if Biden does the 14th Amendment and invokes it to try to stop the debt ceiling, it's a gray area. I'm not 100% sure what will happen. A lot of people are saying it's not going to be enough. We will see, though. Let's see here. People are saying they do remember that. Yep. I remember reporting on that. That was nuts. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, Steve, thank you. A lot of people saying they would vote for me if I ran in 2024. I appreciate that. You know, I'm not really sure how all of that works. I've never really looked into it. But I mean, like, helping people out, I think is huge right now. I think the purpose of the channel is to try to help out people with information. I want to make sure I can help people out here, get you guys the latest news and stuff. I'm in Houston, Texas. So if I were going to do something, I actually know some people that are tied up in Congress right now here in Texas. And I actually moving. I'm not sure if I told you guys this. I think some people know. I'm going to be moving, like this week. So we're moving like June. So I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date while we're moving and stuff. But we're moving. Guess what neighborhood I'm moving to? I'm going to be in the same neighborhood as Ted Cruz. This is like hilarious. I guess the area that we're going into, it's in the center, in the heart of Houston, and he lives in the area. So somebody was telling me like, oh, dude, like maybe you'll run into Ted Cruz. And I was like, it'd be nuts is if I could run into some politicians, get them on the channel. That would be super cool. Like to get some of these people on here, get them to give us some perspectives into what's going on. Maybe run some legislation by them. We have had a ton of people in here. The members and stuff have suggested stuff that I thought was awesome. Like the $400 billion of leftover funds. A lot of people were saying, why don't we send that out to SSI, SSDI, retirement? I ran some numbers on all of the distributions that go out. And it was crazy. It was like $5,000 could be sent out to all of the Social Security people if they took those funds and sent it out that way. So, I mean, there's a lot of creative, great ideas that come out of my community. That would be huge, is if we could do that. Jane just hit a member for 1 month. Have a safe trip, Steve. Thank you for your hard work. Gotta go. Thank you so much, Jane. I appreciate that. And you've been a member for 1 month. That is awesome. I will keep you up to date on everything, Jane. I appreciate that. yeah, I'll keep you guys up to speed on everything. And yes, so we're going to be moving the end of this month. So we've got 10, 11 days. So June 1st, we should be in our new place. And maybe I'll give you guys like a tour or something. So you'll see a whole new setup. And if you start to see the background stuff start to disappear, it's because I'm moving stuff out. Rick says McCarthy wants those COVID funds. Yeah, that's when McCarthy is talking about rescinding those funds, taking it back and using it to offset the debt, which is crazy. The debt is $31.4 trillion, you guys. And the leftover COVID funds is like 400 billion. So it would take like what is it? What did I just say? 31.4 and drop it down to 31 trillion. That's how deep in the hole we are right now. It's insane. Like, I have no idea like what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. And the thing is, as they increase the interest rates, like, it's more expensive for the United States for our debt. So that's kind of one of the reasons why also too, I'm of the perspective, and this is just an opinion. I try to clarify what's facts and opinion. I'm of the opinion that the interest rates are not going to go too high, because if they do, that would crush the United States itself with the way our debt is. Now, when they did all that crazy stuff back in the 80s, I don't know how many of you guys were around in the 80s. You guys will recall interest rates were insane. Inflation was crazy and the rates went up. Interest rates went up in the double digits, way up there. I know my pastor in my old church said that he had a mortgage on a house that he had bought, and it was like 17%. But back then, the debt that we had was not nearly like as close as to where we are right now. So, that hurts. That hurts the nation when the interest rates go up. And the thing is, too, it's not even just about it going up. It's about the rate at which it goes up. And we are going up at record speeds. So it throws everything out of whack. That's why the banks are collapsing. That's why investors are shifting. That's why everyone's buying CDs right now. And that's why a lot of people are concerned, because it's not even the interest rates just going up. It's the speed at which they go up that jolts everything. And so right now, it's just too much change too fast. And so I don't think they can go much higher before it just gets a little nutty. We will see. Yeah, there's people in here telling me, look at Vincent saying he had a 16% interest rate on his house back in the 80s. The interest rates on our house back in 1982 was 18%, says Southern Lady. Yeah. See, now they were able to do that before because they needed to do it to slow down the inflation of the 80s. But when they did it, the debt that we had back then was nothing compared to what we have now. Now it's insane. And they have been spending like crazy. So right now it's going to hurt our nation. It's going to hurt our government. It's going to hurt our debt that we have right now if they do that. So I'm of the opinion, and I might be wrong, that they're not going to do it. They did it pretty aggressively recently. I think they're going to have to slow it down a little bit. I think it's going to maybe be 0.25, that 25 basis point increase, maybe stay flat for a while, and then maybe they'll do it a little bit more. We'll have to see. It depends on how much they hurt the economy. Literally, what Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve is saying is that they've got to hurt us. They're like, we got to choose the lesser of two evils. Do we crush the American people with interest rates, or do we have hyperinflation? And hyperinflation by far is the worser of the two evils. So they're going to increase the interest rates slowly, in my opinion, to not crush us too bad. But just know, businesses are going to start collapsing. Banks are going to start hurting. People are going to start losing their jobs. The cycle of money into the system will start to slow. And as a result, it will cause inflation to come down. So they're well aware of the fact they're going to hurt the American people, but they have no choice. That's what they have to do. So that's the route we're going to go. So we will see. And that is also why stimulus checks. It's like they can't get the balance, the checks and balances in control. They're trying to find the equilibrium, and they're just having the hardest time. It's just nuts. The economy, the pandemic threw us for a loop here. So we will see. Sharon says, Sharon is familiar with the Houston area. Are you moving to River Oaks? Yes, I'm going in that direction. I'll be over like by the River Oaks, Rice Village, and all that stuff right in the center of the city over there. So yeah, that's where I'm guessing you probably saw that's where like Ted Cruz lives. I'm going to be over in that center right in the heart of Houston. Right now, we're kind of out in the suburbs, like way south. We're probably like an hour south of like the main city. Now we're going to be right in the middle of everything. So it's going to be cool. Steve, some people are buying gold and silver. Yeah, a lot of people are very concerned with the dollar stability. We will see. A lot of people are concerned with the BRICS, all the things going on with the digital currencies. I think I just saw, was it like Florida just banned like digital currency? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what's going on, but they're pushing that really fast. So we will see. All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope that I was able to answer all of your questions. What I want to start doing is have more of these where members, those of you that are hopping in and just blessing the channel financially from the goodness of your heart, want to make sure that I can get you guys the most information that you need directly. There's so many people. I want to get everybody the information that they need, but specifically those that are helping out me and my family. I just appreciate it a ton, you guys. You guys are just so amazing. I'm blown away at the community here. Absolutely incredible. And also, too, it cracks me up. People shoot me DMs on Instagram of stuff to report on. And I'm like, why do you want me to report on it? You just found the article yourself. And they're like, I know, Steve, but I want to hear it from your voice. And I'm like, it cracks me up. I'm like, man, you guys are so cool. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to do my best to continue to get you guys information and keep you all up to speed on everything. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Ram fam. And I'm so glad to have you guys all on this first Q&A stimulus members session. We will have more like this. I want to try to do this at least once a month. And I'm going to create a new category. It's going to be like a podcast category. So these will all go into here as a totally separate thing so you guys can hop on and hear the Q&A. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a blessed Saturday night, and I will catch you guys later. I might get a video up before or after church tomorrow, and I will see. Oh, no, actually, I forgot. The kids are sick. Say a little prayer for Liam and Naya. They are out with a cold, so I don't think we're going to be going to service tomorrow. We're going to just try to get them back on their feet. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you later. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.